Good morning, friends. So, today we are going to continue with the last topic which we have started, that is final accounts of a company, in which we have discussed in the last lecture regarding analysis of regarding statement of profit and loss account for the year ended. So I got so many queries that we are not supposed to understand, or we are not getting the topics on a timely basis, or the page number issues and etc. So here I tried for the notebook notes. So kindly review me out whether you are liking it or not. So I am going to continue with the topic, and I am taking revision of the statement of P&L. So in this format you can see the format on in this format you are seeing that the statement of profit and loss for the year ended, whatever the year will be, we are going to mention over here that. Then after the particulars, note number, that will be the detailed schedule of whatever a particular topic you are going to carry, that I will explain you in the later stage when we are going to discuss it. And the next part is figures for the current year, and then after figures for the previous years. Sir, why we are taking these 2 years as a base? Because in the next chapter we are going to see that we have to do the comparison also of the 2 years data, whether we are going from year by year or not. So for that purpose it is important, a part of that it is mentioned in the schedule 6 of the Companies Act to mention the 2 years data, that is current year data as well as previous year data. So if I go with the next topic is revenue from operation. What is revenue from operation? I will discuss it out in detail, but in the short, if I say it out, whatever the core earning of the business, it will be mentioned over here. Then after other income means whatever the non-operating activities or from a non-operations, whatever the business earn is called other income. That will be the first part will be revenue from operation, second part will be other income, third part will be total revenue. These three combines of the total revenue in the P&L parts. Then after we will go for the next segment, and the fourth segment is expenses. Expenses, here we are not going to segregate direct expenses, indirect expenses, operating expenses, non-operating expenses. We are going to give the name according to the headings. The first heading is expenses. In this, the cost of material consumed, that means opening stock plus purchase plus closing stock equals to raw material consumed. Then in this I have further classification is this purchase of stock in trade, whatever the purchase you have made throughout the year, we will mention over here. A part of that, change in inventory means inventory are further classified in 3 segments. First is finished goods, work in process, stock in trade. Let me take example. If I am going to manufacture this pen, okay, so I am a manufacturer of this pen, whatever the raw material, that is plastic, the ink is the raw material of mine, is called raw material. And then after, if I say in the year end there are 50 or 1000 units of pen are under process, that means they are not yet completed or they cannot be used, the final touch up is required, this is called work in process. And if I say 1000 pen are ready to use but it is not yet sold, then it is called finished goods. Means the goods which are ready but not yet sold is called finished goods. The goods which are not ready under process is called work in process. And the raw material means no work have been done, only the raw part is available with us, is called raw material. If I go with the next part, then next part is employees benefit expenses, just like salary, bonus, wages, leave encashment, staff welfare expenses. These all are the example of employee benefit expenses. Whatever the we give to employees for their development or for their benefit is called employees benefit expenses. We are going to mention over here all that name. A part of that, the next part is financial cost. Financial cost means whatever the source of loan taking of yours, means in an organization, the organization requires some kind of source for their business operation. So for that, in return they have to pay interest, etc. So interest is called financial expenses, but before taking a loan we have to pay loan processing fees also, or some documentary and legal fees also relating to that finance. That is a part of finance cost. Whatever the charges you pay, that is loan processing charges, interest, etc., is called financial cost. If I go with the next part is depreciation and amortization expenses. I hope it is clear to all of you. Depreciation means on a fixed assets when you charge a fixed amount, or like by straight line method or WDV method, written down value method, or WDV method, स्ट्रेट लाइन मेथड. इस इन दोनों मेथड में से किसी से भी आप अगर किसी एसेट्स पे जो लॉन्ग टर्म नेचर की है उस पे जो आप डेप्रिसिएशन चार्ज करते हो, वो डेप्रिसिएशन हम लोग यहाँ पे मेंशन करेंगे. अ पार्ट ऑफ दैट अमोर्टाइजेशन का मतलब होता है वट एवर द एक्सपेंसेस यू हैव डन इन द प्रीवियस ईयर बट दैट कॉस्ट इज नॉट येट रिटन ऑफ इन विद इन अ ईयर और विद इन दैट ईयर and that is amortized in more than 1 year is called amortized part of expenses. Like I have given advertisement expenses in the 11th segment example. A part of that, the next part is other expenses. What is, sir, other expenses? Again I am saying that here we are not going to classify direct expenses, indirect expenses. So all those expenses which are not yet covered over here will be mentioned in this segment, that is carriage inward, carriage outward, selling and distribution expenses, telephone expenses, rent, etc. These all expenses will be called other expenses. Are you getting confused in between expenses? If yes, I am making you a revision of it. First part of expenses was we have put the heading expenses. After that we have put it about the material segment. What is the material consumption is there. Then after we have moved to the employee segment. Then after we have moved to the financial segment. Then after we have moved to the depreciation segment. And still here we have not got so many expenses just like carriages, etc., rent, commission, etc. These all expenses are going to be mentioned in other expenses. I hope it is clear to all of you. A part of that, when we do the practice, you will get more clear. Then when we reduce all these expenses from total revenue, then we will get profit before tax. What we will get? Profit before tax. If I make you clear, you can see that first, second, third, fourth segments I have mentioned. So here I am putting the rule total, that third minus fourth. Third is total revenue, fourth is total of these expenses. When you deduct all expenses from total revenue, it will be profit before tax. Then after I will go for the deduction of tax. Whatever the tax provision I have made, that will be reduced from here, and then after the last segment will be profit or loss for the year, whatever the profit and loss for the year. In the last lecture we have discussed about deferred expenses also, extraordinary item also, ordinary item also. So when I go with the book there is a clarification that excluding extraordinary item and exceptions, etc., not into the syllabus, means in 12th CBSE syllabus this portion is not into segment. So you do not have to go with that. You have to go with this format only, or not with this format, not with that previous one formatting whatever I have explained. So for the 12th student you have to go with this format only. I'm making you clear again the next segment, and the next segment is revenue from operation. What is revenue from operation? Revenue from operations is different from all the point of view. So if I go with that, then here is a segment that activities carried on by the company to earn profit is called revenue from operation. Let me give you more clarification, and more clarification is this: for a manufacturing and trading company, what will be the revenue from operation? That will be the net sales. Net sales means how we are going to get it. Cash sales plus credit sales minus sales return, it will be called net sales. Means if I am a manufacturer or a trader, then goods are everything for me, and whatever I sold, whatever I get from by selling it out and doing these adjustment, this is called net sales. But what if I am not a goods seller, I am a service giver person, then by the service company whatever the fees the person charge is called revenue from operation. Means अगर डॉक्टर अपना स्टेटमेंट ऑफ P&L बनाना जाएगा या एनी प्रोफेशन वाला पर्सन जो फीस चार्ज करता है उसको स्टेटमेंट ऑफ P&L बनाना है, या ऐसी कंपनी जो सर्विस डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में या सर्विस लाइन में लगी हुई है उसको अपना P&L बनाना है, तो उसके लिए उसका फीस जो अर्न होगा, फीस जो चार्ज होगा, वही उसका कोर बिजनेस एक्टिविटी है और वही उसकी मेन अर्निंग है, इसलिए वो क्या कहलाएगी, उसकी रेवेन्यू फ्रॉम ऑपरेशन कहलाएगा. बट व्हाट इफ माय बिजनेस इज टू गिव लोन, मीन्स आई एम अ लेंडर और आई प्रोवाइड अ लोन टू द अदर्स, राइट. तो फाइनेंशियल कंपनीज के केस में उनका जो रेवेन्यू फ्रॉम ऑपरेशन होगा वो इंटरेस्ट एंड डिविडेंड होगा. नहीं क्लियर हुआ? लेट मी गिव यू अ क्लैरिफिकेशन. सपोज मेरा काम है, मैं एक एक्स पर्सन के पास जाता हूँ या एक एक्स पर्सन नितेश के पास आता है, ठीक है. वो बोलता है कि सर मुझे लोन चाहिए. नितेश का बिजनेस ही यही है कि वो एक्स क्या जो भी पर्सन होता है उन सबको बोरोइंग देता है. उसके बदले में नितेश को इन रिटर्न इंटरेस्ट या डिविडेंड के फॉर्म में कुछ मिलता है. तो नितेश का कोर बिजनेस जो है वो फाइनेंस देना है. तो इसीलिए नितेश के लिए जो रेवेन्यू फ्रॉम ऑपरेशन होगा वो इंटरेस्ट एंड डिविडेंड होगा, ठीक है. तो इस केस में फाइनेंशियल कंपनी कौन हुआ? नितेश. और नितेश के लिए जो रेवेन्यू फ्रॉम ऑपरेशन होगा वो क्या होगा? इंटरेस्ट एंड डिविडेंड होगा. इफ आई गो विद द नेक्स्ट सेगमेंट, some more clarification is there. Sir, what is other income? Other income में बोला गया है means income earned by the company from its non-operating activity. Means the activities of the business are non-operating. Then it is called other income. जैसे gain on sale of fixed assets, bad debts recovered, interest earned, dividend earned, refund of income tax. These all are the example of other income. Hope you are clear with this all. If I go with the next segment, what is the raw material consumed? I have already explained. Here is the formula: opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock is called raw material consumed. I can mention here a net purchase also. There will be no problem with it. Now stock then again further classified, already explained you with the example: raw material, work in process and finished goods. These three are the example of, or these three are the categories of stock. So this is the portion of P&L. Hope you all get this. If you have any kind of query and doubt, you can solve it, you can mail me out. Otherwise just thanks, have a great day. Go like, share and subscribe the channel. Have a great day. Stay safe, stay home. Thank you.